Hello, good evening. So nice to meet you through this video. Recently, I had the opportunity to talk to uh, all of you prestigious teaching faculty members from different colleges from different parts of India, organized by Bishop Appasamy College of Arts and Science. In that, I had the time to interact with you on interactive online teaching using Google Classroom, and I got very good feedbacks on how it was useful to you. And many of you were asking for the videos. Unfortunately, we ran into some trouble. That's what I was told by the organizers. There is some corruption in the file, so I am making a fresh video just to take you for a quick walkthrough based on the slides which I used to explain to you. And don't worry if this slide is not enough for you. If you feel that you are still not clear, you want more in-depth uh, walkthrough, hand holding, exposure, doubt clearing, and so on. Yes, I'm planning to do quite a lot of programs, especially for teaching faculty members. I want to give back to the teaching community. So you can wait for the days in the days to come. You can wait to hear from me on a series of programs on Google Classroom or the Google Suite from a teacher's perspective, from a teaching angle, or from a teacher's angle, from the need of a teacher in handling students of different caliber, how we can use the Google suite of the entire applications, right? Maybe broken down into different short videos. That is what I'm going to do. But today, let me quickly go take you through to the slides that will give you reasonably fair amount of information, knowledge, and you can also keep trying. In the slides, I have given my contact details. That is my website, which is the name is there. There's a contact form. You can click and send details to me, and probably in a week's time the website will be fully up, or you can note down this email ID and send a mail to me. You can also WhatsApp me through this number, right? I may not be able to pick up the calls all the time, but if you text me through WhatsApp, is certain for sure I will be able to reply it. Okay, let's now quickly go through this video of Google Classroom. Let me change this into a full screen mode. Okay, here we are. So in this slide, I'm going to give a brief about Google Classroom overview, creating a classroom, invite co-teachers, students enrollment, notice information, assignment, and grading. Google Classroom overview, right? So probably Google Classroom is one important application from the Google company, right? Um, it can be brought under the LMS, Learning Management System. There may be plenty of LMS available in the market. Very popular one is Moodle. And content perspective, a lot of companies which are producing content, they also have their LMS. But Google is a neutral app. Anyone can use it for whichever way, however you want to use it. Yeah, you are free to do that. That is the power of Google Classroom. So this is one important tool that is becoming a necessity for everyone who is in the teaching field, right? So how do we go? So when you open the browser, normally we have the Google search page would be the default homepage for many people. You just need to go and type Google Classroom. When the Google Classroom comes, as you could rightly see, you click this link and you just move into that. It will ask for your Gmail. Now the question is, can I use Google Classroom with a Yahoo mail ID, Relief, or anything else? Sorry, it is not possible. Google applications, the essential thing is you need to have the basic requirement of a Gmail account. That is a Google account. Without Google account, you cannot even use Google Classroom. For that matter, if you are using an Android phone without having a Gmail, you cannot use an Android phone. So I'm sure, pretty sure every one of you must be having a Gmail ID, and here we are. Okay, now enter your email ID and click continue. It will take you inside the Google Classroom. This is how the screen will look like when you enter in first. And if you can see the plus symbol, when you click this plus symbol, yeah, I'll come to that. Before that, what is the other option of getting into the Google Classroom is to sign into your Gmail account, right? From Gmail account, if you click this 9 buttons, right, then you will see this Classroom app inside. You just need to click it. Once you click it, it will take you to this window again. You enter and you are coming inside the classroom. Now, after coming to the classroom, you have to click this plus symbol, right? So then once the plus symbol is there, we have to join the class. By the way, there were questions like, okay, how do I do it if I have a mobile phone? So, how to log into Google Classroom by using a mobile phone. Mobile phone is very simple. If you are using an Android phone, there is a Play Store or is an App Store if it is an iOS. From there, you search for Google Classroom, install it, install the Google Classroom, add your Gmail account into it, follow the same procedure that was already shown. How to create a classroom. Once you are inside, you just need to create the plus symbol. It will throw you two options. One is joining class, another is create class. Now you as a teacher, you are creating a class, so you have to click create class. For the students, they will also have a same window, but they need to click the join class. There is a difference. Once you click create classroom, it will show this alert. If you are using a free Gmail account, this alert will come and we need to click this telling that we are not using classroom at a school with students. So that means Google expects every school or a college, right, to sign up for Google Suite for Education, right? But independently, you can learn it, you can know, you just need to click yes and then continue. When you click continue, the window for open creating a classroom comes. This is the menu. You just need to mention the name, class name. This is very, very important. It can be any name. It can be, if you remember for our uh, FDP program, I created Bakas FDP. So it can be anything. It can be computer science or a basic language, programming language, or it can be, say, second year computer science or third year BBA. It can be anything, right? And exactly like your normal, how many sections, suppose if you're handling multiple sections of a particular class, second year computer science section A, and this is the subject I'm going to handle, this is a room number. Even though there is no room number here, it gives a feel, right, as if you are creating something physically. So class name is mandatory. Without class name you cannot create. After that, you click this button create. It will take you inside. Now we, for sample, we typed third year computer science department. Here the class is created. Okay, so it will say invite students to your classroom. You say okay. After that, you can see the screen like this. There are two things. You will still see the slide. This is a class code that has to be taken note of, and this is a theme changing option. If you want to have a different theme, you're free to do it. Suppose if you have a class photo, right, you taking a photo with all your class students, you can keep it as a theme. No, it'll be further motivating. And if you can click from any of the default pictures available in the gallery. You select it, select the class theme, it will become the theme. Now once the classroom is created, the next important thing is students has to be part of it, right? Only then you can convey your message. How do you invite students? Again, that is where this code is very important. There are two ways of doing it. One is, you know, the email ID of your students, you send an email with this code, with the link, or you convey this code, class code, right? So you click that four corner box. This will be enlarged. You can take a photo and send it by WhatsApp and pass it on to people, paste it somewhere. And you remember when you were creating a classroom, right? It was asking create or join. So students has to say plus join and give this code. You'll see that down. So for the students, it will be like this. So have to click join and give that code. Once the code is there, they will be inside. So how do we know whether they are inside? So you need to click this people tab, and here you have this option of teachers and students. Again, the another way of inviting students is to come and click this plus symbol here. It says invite. If you know their email ID, type their email ID, and email will be sent as an invite to everyone whoever is accepting the invitation. So this is how it will be, class invitation, right? Once they click the invitation, they will come inside. They need to say join. Okay, so once they are inside, now you have these three important things to take note of it, right? This is for the student. They will, I mean, stream classwork and people. So another option also you need to keep in mind, suppose if there are 200 students, it is very difficult to handle the 200 students as a single person. You can always get the help of multiple friends of yours as co-teachers, right? So again, you go to the people tab, and here in teachers you need to click invite. Like how we invited students, type in their email ID and click the invite button. They will also get an email, and they need to click and join. There inside they will be part of a co-teacher. Once the co-teachers, either you or you have a couple of friends added as co-teachers and students enrolled into it, what is the next step? Okay, so these are the two important things that you need to keep in mind. One is stream, another is classwork. Stream is something like a dashboard which will keep on updating all that is happening inside the class, right? It may be you want to pass a announcement, you want to post an announcement, you want to post a notice, you want to send some information saying a greeting. Everything can be done in the stream. Okay, so you click that stream, and this is the area, share something with your class, that is, and you will come and click here. Once you click here, this will open like this. So here you can choose whether you want to send it to this class, to all the students, or select the students, and you press the type in the message, and this will be enabled. Can you see this post, right? And after entering this post button will come. You click that, it will go and be posted as a stream, right, for all the students. Additionally, you can also click add, and either you can post a file as a material for them to read before you have the actual class, or you post a link, or you attach something from a Google Drive or YouTube or something. Okay, so this is about passing the information to the class. What is next? You need to create an assignment. Creating an assignment is need to come to the classwork, right? You click the classwork tab, and then uh, this will be opening up, and click create. You will see all these options. You can post an assignment, you can send a quiz assignment using forms, you can post a question for asking people to respond, you can post a material, a PDF file, a document, or anything, or you can even reuse the earlier posted thing with modifications, right? So now let's see how you can post an assignment. The moment you click an assignment, you need to, this window will open, you need to type in the title along with the instructions, same thing. All right, and here it will ask from whom you need to send. And for assignments, you can always set points, whether you want to give 100 marks or 10 marks, something like that. You can set a due date so that before due date, all those who submits, right, will be able to submit. After due date, they won't be able to submit. So you need not simply hang behind people and pleading it does not come. If it does not come, it does not come. So they will also know the seriousness. And you can even set rubrics according to your lecture plan, or your college lecture plan, or academic plan, or whatever it is. So this is how you will upload files from your Google Drive, and click at the points, due date, assign, and then click, you need to say assign. It will go to all the students. Okay, the stream will be updated if the student click show option. Okay, for them, for a particular student, this is how the pop-up will come. It'll say stream was updated. So when they click show, whatever assignment you have posted, that will be seen in their stream. Okay, then their stream. So they just need to click the assignment, open it. If they want to give a comment, open comment, so that everybody in the classroom can see, or if they want to pass a comment, a query, a question, or a doubt, or information to the teacher alone, they can use this private comment. Okay, now click the quiz. This is the assignment, and once they are done, they need to come and click mark as done. Only then the assignment is submission is complete. Okay, so if they say difficult task, it comes not to the whole class, it comes only to the teacher. So in the teacher screen, click classwork option to view all the submitted assignments. Like the due date is there, then you will see so many students, how many people have submitted. In our example, we have submitted for only one student, so it says one person turned in, that means they have submitted. So you click the view assignment, you know who is the person, the student. One is turned in, and this is the assignment. And with that personal private remark, it is visible here. You can click that assignment, go through that, put the mark, and come and give the points here. Okay, after putting the point, you need to click return. That means you are returning the paper to the student with the evaluation, right? So that is very important. You can even pass a remark, whether well done, you have to update more, all those things which you are aware of. Now click return, it will go to the student. So this is the student's screen where he is able to see there's 80 bar, 100, and the teacher's remark is good. Okay, same way you can also conduct quiz for students using the form. You can submit a material question, all those things. Okay, so another important, once you create a classroom, you can also do some basic setting. You click the setting, it'll take you here. If you want to change anything, edit something, you can do it. And then it'll show you the 5MWCPH, that is the code. If you want to reset the code, you can do it. You can give options whether the student can post and comment, or they are allowed to only comment, or only the teacher can post and comment. So you can set restrictions there. Okay, and here also you can click the settings on overall grade and other things. I believe when you do this, you'll be able to come again and take the grades. You click the grade, you come and click this grade, all the students name along with the test and the marks will be there. You just need to download, take a printout. And I hope this is helpful for you. If there is any doubt, as I told you, make sure that you send a mail or ping me into this WhatsApp message. I'll be able to help you. I'm sure I will try my level best to help in all possible way. But don't worry even if your doubts are not clarified. Just stand by for a few more days. I'll be very quick to inform you, keep you update on the stream of programs. Very specially, I always believe in hands-on workshop, right? It is making people do step by step, step by step. So when I do that program, I always prefer and insist people log in using their laptop. uh, because for classroom, and it's not only classroom, you can also stay tuned for me to take sessions on the entire Google app, right? Probably right from Gmail. We all may be using Gmail, but there are plenty of tricks that we need to know which will make our life very, very simple. I'll be teaching that, and how to do search strings, in what way Drive can be used and integrated with various applications, the very speciality of Google Documents, Google Excel sheets, the slides, and so on, right? So a lot of things. I hope that we'll have a very fruitful journey together. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.